I spent 100 days in Stardew Valley 1.6. Well, really, it was 112 days, but you know, YouTube likes those 100-day videos. Stardew Valley recently launched a new update. I wanted to dive in and try to complete the community center in the first year, while I also checked out all the new features. I decided to start the save off with a new farm layout, the Meadowlands. This plot comes with blue grass and a coop with 2 chickens already inside. I decided I wanted to go the rancher route and focus more on animals and animal products instead of crops in this playthrough. Also, I did decide to include a few mods for my own enjoyment. I'll list those in the description down below. The most notable one being the Skip the Fishing minigame. This game is actually the first game I ever learned to mod because I dislike the fishing so much. I've never finished the community center in under a year before, so our goal is to get married and finish that center before this year ends. As the days change from season to season, I rush around to get all the things I need to fill bundles and appease the Junimos, but will it be enough to finish on time? On my first day on the farm, I worked on cleaning up my new land and met my new chickens and pat them, of course. You will notice I do have a really pretty goth house mod. It's called iData's Seasonal Gothic Buildings. Also, please excuse me if I mispronounce it, I severely apologize. This probably is one of my favorite building art packs ever. After our intro, I set out to gather forageables and meet my new neighbors. I met Linus, Robin, Maru, Demetrius, Marnie, Sam, Leah, Harvey, Clint, Vincent, Jody, Caroline, Evelyn, Haley, and Jazz. I swung by Pierce for seeds, then I ran into Abigail, Pam, Alex, Penny, Gus, and Emily, all on day 1. I foraged, but I didn't find a lot to sell, except for the spring onion crop that was ripe for the picking. Before it got too dark, I did my best to get all of my new parsnip seeds in the ground. Day 2, I quickly watered my garden so I could run for Willie's shack on the docks. He had sent me a letter inviting me to visit and gifted me my very first fishing pole. Yay. I loved the pole so much I spent the day fishing to gather money and pad my pockets a bit. On my way home to empty my pockets, I met Elliot and Shane. Then I fished the night away in town. I honestly don't know why I picked this spot in town for my fishing. At the end of the day, I leveled up in foraging, level 1, and fishing to level 3, netting myself a crab pot recipe. On day 3 was the first rainy day of the season, so I had no chores other than to pat my chickens on the head. They gave me the gift of my first eggs, and soon I will begin my mayo empire. I went fishing and sold fish to Willie until I had enough to buy a fiberglass rod. Once I had a good rod, I headed off to the mountain lake to continue my most hated activity in the entire game. I even reached level 4 fishing and found a neat sword, Neptune's glaive, I think, in a chest. I haven't even made it into the mines yet, but I am well kitted out for a fight. I continued to fish into the night, leveling up my fishing to level 4, earning the recycling machine and the worm bin recipe. Day 4 started out like any of the other days, watering the garden and patting the chickens. I will probably share the morning chores less from here on out. Then it was more fishing. I promise I really do hate fishing and we won't spend the whole video casting the line out. I met Gunther and learned about the museum today. It's a shame, but I will build it back up. I met George and actually introduced myself to Pierre. Finally caught Sebastian outside of his room this day and finished meeting all of my new neighbors. Now to figure out who I want to romance. I was back at the lakeside fishing for the afternoon, leveling up to fishing level 5. I decided to choose the fisher profession since that's my main income source right now. I managed to bank about 2K in gold on this day, so that was helpful. On the 5th day, Marnie showed up in my door with a homeless kitty. I named the kitty Sirius after my own cat, Sirius Black. This morning also brought me news that Joja had cleared the landslide blocking me from my favorite place, the mines. I picked my first crop of parsnips, keeping some but selling the rest. I think in order to get anywhere fast in this game, I need to upgrade my tools as fast as possible. So into the mines for ore I went. I made it to level 5 in the mines on this day. Then I took a few items to Gunther to put on display. Caroline had a request for a Joja Cola and I found her one in George's trash. I won't be buying Joja Cola for anyone. I also took a gift to Marnie since I know I'll need to be better friends with her fairly soon. Then I went back to the mines, working away until I was too tired to pick up my pickaxe again. I reached level 1 in farming because of the parsnip harvest and level 1 in mining. Day 6 was a rainy day. This morning Clint was at my door with a furnace recipe. I need that to start my tool upgrade process. Dad sent me some money and I had enough cash to upgrade my backpack. I picked up that storage space, then dumped the rest of my money into seeds. I spent the day putting my seeds in the ground, leveling up, foraging, and farming. When I was wet and tired from the ranch chores, I ran around to chat with the Pelican Town citizens. There's one girl in particular I really like. She's got purple hair, just like me. With my farming level up, I can now make mayo. It's Yoba's condiment. Day 7. On this day, I learned how to make stir fry from the Queen of Sauce. This is a good time to point out the UI Info Suites mod that I'm using. It comes with all kinds of useful hints, including reminding me when the Queen will be live streaming her next recipes. After my cooking lesson, I headed into the mines, but I ran out of energy fast. I did make it to level 15 in the mines though, scoring some sweet boots. I headed into town to find Mayor Lewis and give him his birthday gift. I decided tomorrow needs to be a money-making day, aka fishing, so I can upgrade my pick. I made it to level 1 in combat that night. On day 8, I fished for a while, then sold those fish to Willie and ran off to Clint's to drop off my pickaxe for an upgrade. I tried to track down Abigail and give her a present, but she went to bed early, so I ran around saying hi to anyone else who was still about. I built a scarecrow to protect my crops and then went to bed, where I dreamed about a pretty purple-haired girl who likes amethysts. I leveled up to level 6 in fishing. I spent a day clearing wood from the ranch and dropping my fishing line in the mountain lake. I think I'm going to lose my mind with all this fishing. Day 10, my pickaxe was ready for pickup. I gathered up some wood, swung by Clint's house, and then went to the beach to fix the beach bridge. The foraging here is usually worth opening the area up early in the game. After that, I went into the mines for stone because now I need a silo. I ended the day with level 3 foraging and level 2 mining. Day 11, Robin mailed me to let me know that she had lost her axe. I won't let her borrow mine, so she asked if I could keep an eye out for hers. It's too bad that finding hers doesn't get me a discount on wood. I also finally triggered the community center cutscene. Someone spilled a secret for me. Why did it take so long for me to get this to open up? I dropped off my axe with Clint for a copper upgrade and made sure to try and read the plate in the craft room so that I can meet with the wizard tomorrow. After that, I mined until I got to level 25 and called it a day. I leveled up my combat to level 2 while battling the bugs in the mines. Day 12, a wizard asked me to visit his tower. I'm sure there's a euphemism in there somewhere, but my brain can't connect those dots today. I did too many weird drugs with the wizard for my brain to function correctly. It was all worth it though, because now I can speak to the cute Junimos and read their language. While I was in the area, I went for the spring onions and Robin's axe. I was able to fill the spring forage bundle and open up the pantry today. After I delivered the axe to Robin, I thought I would fish for more money, but my energy ran out fast. I spent the rest of the day still affected by the wizard's stash, as I ran around aimlessly forgetting what I had already done. I did manage to stumble into the saloon because of the munchies and everyone was there to talk to, so it was a plus. Even in my inebriated state, I leveled up to level 7 for fishing. The Egg Festival was on day 13. I prepared a place for the strawberry seeds and then headed into the party. I had an advantage with the movement speed mod, so Abigail never even had a chance. I took that hat and wore it out of spiteful pride, so Abigail would always know who was the best person in this town. I leveled up to level 3 in farming. Day 14, my axe was ready at Clint's. Funny, I don't remember when I dropped that off. It must have been on my drug-induced day. I had Clint process geodes, then dropped off the new things to Gunther. I decided this day to save up my funds for a new fish smoker recipe over in Willie's shop. If I'm going to be subjecting myself to fishing and smelling like fish, I might as well sell them for top dollar as smoked meals. I, of course, raised those funds by fishing. On day 15, I thought maybe I should put in some effort with the townspeople. I needed to up my friendship levels with Marnie, Abigail, and Caroline. If I can't woo Abigail into loving me, maybe her mom can put in a good word for me. After pretending that I'm an extrovert, I went salmonberry hunting and gathered hardwood with my new shiny axe. My notes say I prepped the land for an orchard, but I'm not really sure that orchard ever happened. Day 16, good old dad sent me some money. Maybe I should be going for older men instead of Abigail. Too bad Linus is broke. I ran around this day foraging my heart out until I gained another foraging level, earning the Tapper recipe. I also took a load of goodies to the community center so I didn't accidentally sell them in my need for cash. I fished some more because money, and then headed to bed. I was back to salmonberry hunting on day 17. Once my pockets were full, I went to Willie's dock to fish and sell him fish until he closed up for the day. When he finally kicked me off the pier, I went home to continue clearing the ranch. Day 18, I grew a massive cauliflower. I have never grown a big produce before in any of my playthroughs, so this was quite a surprise. I even had to use the wiki to see how to harvest it. I took my fresh cauliflower crop into town to sell, so I finally had all the funds I needed for the new fish smoker. I accidentally misclicked while at Pierre's and purchased a cherry sapling when I meant to buy an apple tree. The fish smoker needs sea jelly, river jelly, and a cave jelly to be made. I'm only missing the cave jelly, so I dove into the mines to look for one. I mined until I was exhausted. I didn't find a jelly, but I did find an ancient seed. That night, a fairy visited my farm, but she didn't do anything as cool as my large cauliflower. I even leveled up to farming 4. Come on, fairy godmother, I'm a pro now. Day 19 was meant to be a mining day. Demetrius knew I liked caves and stopped by to talk to me about the one on my farm before I could head out for the day. I usually like to pick the fruit cave for the bundle drops that are possible there, but I decided I wanted the new dehydrator that comes with the mushroom cave, so I picked that instead this time. I dropped off a cauliflower for Jody and dropped the ancient seed at Gunther's, then spent the rest of the day mining my heart out and searching for the cave ponds with the cave jellies in them. After this day in the mines, I leveled up to level 3 in mining. Day 20, I was determined to find one of the caves with water in it. I made it to level 40 and then realized I had made a mistake. I looked up the water caves on the wiki and I had passed it on level 20. After 2 casts, I reeled in that cave jelly and was able to finally make the fish smoker. Before the night was over, I decided to bring some bread to Shane for his birthday. I was sure he could use it to sop up some of the alcohol he's been consuming. On day 21, I dropped a couple of things off at the community center and decided to fish my heart out this day. Time to keep that smoker stocked. You might notice I don't refill any of my machines. I'm using the automate mod for this bit. I really do like simple quality of life mods. I snagged a couple of new fish for the community center and set to selling the rest. I leveled up to farming 5 this day and picked rancher as my profession. I do really need a silo soon though if I want this to be an animal-based ranch. I also leveled up to level 8 in fishing. Day 22 was super productive. I stopped by Robin's to order the silo, I finished all of the fishing bundle pieces I could for spring, picked up a crab pot, and dropped off my hoe at Clint's for upgrading. My pockets were loaded, but I spread the wealth across town today. On the 23rd of spring, I worked on the ranch. I cleared some things and plotted world domination. My farm layout. I even came across Grandpa's shrine where he left a message for me to find. I'm surprised the message didn't decay in all those spring rains. Day 24 is Flower Festival Day. No one likes me enough to be my flower dance partner yet, so I got to stand in the corner and watch. I decided to take out my angst on the trees in the dark with my axe. I did manage to level up to level 5 foraging, and I picked the forester profession. On day 25, the wizard issued a challenge to kill soot sprites in the mines. I need more iron, so I took the job and headed into the depths. I made it to level 55 on this day and scooped up a few good drops along the way. I leveled up to Combat 3 and Mining 4. Day 26 was an errand day. I dropped off my axe for an upgrade, left a ton of items in the community center for bundles, and then cleared the chests I had sitting in the mines for all the times my pockets were too full. I made it home late and with full energy still. Darn. On day 27, I ran around all day trying to gather funds for a barn. I did run into the village sisters fighting each other. Haley needs to stop being lazy. I swear Pierre scammed me and shortchanged me, so I have to keep working into the night. I keep forgetting I don't have a pickaxe, and I keep trying to mine up the rocks on the farm. Tomorrow I can pick it up. I wonder if I'll regret leaving behind my watering can for Clint to upgrade. Day 28, I had the money for a barn on this day, so I placed the order with Robin first thing. Abigail invited me to play a video game with her. I hate first-person shooters, so of course I did a terrible job. However, I think she did a worse job than I did, so that won me some points in her book. I picked up the pickaxe, and I decided that maybe starting out the summer without a watering can wasn't a good idea, at least until I can get a sprinkler to water the ancient seed. I spent the rest of the last day of spring putzing around my farm being productively unproductive. Day 29, the first day of summer. I stocked up on summer seeds and rushed to get them in the ground. Watering all these seeds is a big time suck. I really need to get some sprinklers. I spent a little time in the mines, gaining another 5 levels, and then I went looking for the summer forageables for the summer bundle. I didn't find them all though, so maybe tomorrow. On the 30th day of year 1, I found it. The last summer forageable. I wanted to upgrade my watering can since rain was forecasted, but alas, I was out of money. I spent the day fishing instead so as to be better prepared for the next rainy day. Day 31, there was an earthquake in the night. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. And on this day, I had enough money for a watering can upgrade, but my barn was done, so I spent it on a cow instead. I set out for the mines after that, as I am still trying to reach the bottom. Day 32, my luck wasn't all that great. I thought I would try for the bottom of the mines, but my energy wore down so fast I didn't even gain 5 more levels. I decided to pay the wizard a visit and take him a purple mushroom, his favorite gift, and then forage until nightfall. On day 33, tomorrow has rain in the forecast, so I dropped my watering can off with Clint after watering my garden. I need money more than anything else, so I fished. I leveled up to fishing level 9 on this day. Day 34 was the beginning of the end. A green plague washed over the earth around us, causing giant trees and vines to take over. Many of my neighbors hid inside the saloon today, but I pressed forward in this Jumanji-type world. I probably caught some kind of radioactive disease, but the ranch sleeps for no one. I wanted all of the fiber and new supplies available to me during this event, so I grabbed everything I could. I moved up to level 6 in farming, and now I can make a cheese press. I also gained level 6 in foraging and the lightning rod recipe. On day 35, I picked up the finished watering can. I need more gold, so I headed into the mines. I reached level 80 today and higher gold chances. Woot! I also leveled up in combat. Day 36 through 38 were spent in the mines. I tried to get to level 90, but spent 3 days failing. I did level up to mining 5 and picked the miner profession. Day 37, I killed a crab in the mines and could finish the crab pot bundle in the community center. Then I finished the boiler room bundle on day 38. Even though I didn't get far into the mines, I did get the mine carts opened up with the completion of the boiler room. Day 39 was a wasted day. It was luau day. I got my chores done and then I headed to the beach to feed the governor. He sort of liked the soup, but wasn't all that impressed. I collected wood until it was time for bed. Day 40, the mine carts are now running, but I will probably forget that they are even an option. I spent today fishing in the green ocean water. I am stocked up for a big fish smoking session so I can upgrade to the next pickaxe. I managed to catch the legendary fish while I was out there today. I woke up on day 41 with $8,000. I need 2,000 more for a pick upgrade. I put fish in the smoker the night before to take to Pierre's, but I forgot what my plans were. You see, I write notes to myself in a nifty little spreadsheet, but I don't even remember what I wrote to myself a few minutes later. So I accidentally put those fish in the shipping bin. I grabbed up what I could back out of the shipping bin and headed to the docks to sell them to Willie. Thankfully, it was enough to drop off my pickaxe for that upgrade. I spent the rest of the day fishing for more. I hit level 7 farming on this day. Yoba blessed me on day 42. Rain means I don't have to water the crops. I pat the chicken's head and scritched some cow ears. I picked up 2 more chickens for more mayo production, and then I decided to buy more melon and corn seeds to make sure I could fill those quality bundle requests, then worked on clearing more of my ranch. I think I need a shed soon. The mess of machines just ain't doing it for me. Although the house upgrade is cheaper and I do need to get married at some point. Day 43 was a mining day. I yearned for the mines and the gold. My shiny new pick works nicely. Unfortunately, I think I need to fish some more tomorrow. It's a never-ending cycle of needing cash and hating fishing. Day 44, I went fishing. I forgot that I was out of coal though, so most of the gains from the fishing will have to wait. I fished all day, and Willie eventually shoved me out of his favorite fishing spot. Rude. Day 45, I spent some time on the frozen levels of the mine so that I could murder soot sprites for more coal. Sold some things to the Adventurers Guild, and then carted over to add more things to the museum. The rest of the day was spent harvesting soot sprites for coal. I reached combat level 5 and picked the fighter profession. On day 46, I contemplated a house or shed upgrade. I have enough money for a house, but I decided that I wasn't too far off from a shed, and that is what I should push for. I started off with fishing, but remembered I was out of coal and headed into the mines to try and gather more. On day 47, I had enough money to start building the shed. As much as I want to upgrade my house, I think I need to upgrade the coop and the barn first. I need to start raising other animals for bundle items. I went to the saloon to get some salads and saw that Gus had the maki roll recipe, so I snatched that up for the chef bundle. I spent the rest of my day working on clearing the ranch. Day 48 was the start of a new festival, the Trout Derby. I went over to show all those wannabes who was the real fisher extraordinaire. I didn't cheat at all. No. I picked up 4 tags from the trout, then figured I should continue looking for coal. I gave in today and added some of my wood to the kiln, but I need a lot of wood too. I'm going to need to find a better coal source soon. I reached my first level 10 skill, and of course, it's my least favorite one to do, fishing. I picked angler for more money on my fish and hopefully less actual fishing. Day 49 was the final trout derby day. I took a trip to Robin's to order the coop upgrade, then headed off to the derby. With my pockets full of prizes, I headed home to clean up some more land. All my clearing paid off for another level in foraging. On the rise of day 50, I decided to stay home. I smoked fish, made coal, and organized my new shed. I noted that I wanted to get a big chest recipe from Robin on this day, but spoilers, I never did. I used a lot of wood making chests and signs on this day, so I need to get to wood chopping tomorrow and replenish my stash. In the middle of the night, a mysterious man dropped a bunch of boxes out of his plane. Someone should get his plane info and report him to the local environmental safety organization. Day 51, I gathered enough money to get my barn upgrade started. After telling Robin my plans, I found my heart being tugged towards the mines. I searched for coal for a bit, then decided to gather wood on my ranch. I forgot the time and accidentally passed out on my own ranch. I did reach level 6 mining though. Day 52 is Willie's birthday. I took care of my chores, finished a community bundle, and then headed down to see him. I figured I would find him a birthday present along the way. Luckily, I found a fish taco that smelled as fresh as fishy things can smell, so I took that to Willie since it's one of his favorites. I then picked up a job from Mayor Lewis to kill red slimes in the mines, where I slashed and hacked until bedtime. On day 53, I found Marnie at her counter and was able to buy 2 ducks and a goat. I spent a little time with Robin moving my buildings around. Eventually I want to move my house to where the greenhouse is and closer to my storage shed. I finished off the day clearing more land. I think I want a coop to go here next to Grandpa's shrine. I can finally make kegs, so I'm about to unload a bunch of produce into alcohol. Day 54, I picked up my hoe from Clint. The traveling trader had some cabbage seeds. I need the red cabbage for the bundle, but it's too late in the year for me to plant them. Hopefully I get a greenhouse or a flower pot soon enough to plant them inside. I bought another goat and found maki rolls in the saloon for the bundles. Then finished up my day organizing the remainder of my things. Day 55, I wanted to try and find the last lake fish, the sturgeon. Tomorrow is the last day of summer and I need to try and get the red snapper then. After tiring, I worked on building fencing on the ranch until I was ready for bed. Day 56 was a no beach fishing day because they're setting up for the moonlight jellies. You know, the one event in the game where there's no real setup at all. Yeah, that one, it closes the beach. It's a good thing I can still catch the red snapper in fall or I would be in a bad place for finishing the bundles in year 1. Instead of fishing, I decided to gather up wood and work on getting that house expansion. I ended my day with a peaceful night with my friendly neighbors watching the night jellies. On day 57, fall had come to greet us. I worked away on the ranch today, turning over the soil and getting fall crops into the ground. It took me so much time that I was still fertilizing even into the dark. Day 58 was a pretty regular day, gardening, foraging, submitting things for bundles, and trying to fish for the red snapper. I didn't catch it, so I'm not sure if I need to get some different bait. Day 59, I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I finished the artisan bundle and received a keg. I processed geodes, donated to the museum, tried for the red snapper, and took some time in the mines looking for coal. I barely made it home in time to lay my head down in my bed. On day 60, I was able to put in my order with Robin for a house upgrade. I have been giving Abigail gifts here and there, but now I really need to step up my game and get her to marry me. I finished the fall foraging bundle today, finally. I just need 2 more items for the winter forage and the crafting room is complete. I tried to get a red snapper again today and again, I could not catch it. Of course, more fishing means more hunting for coal in the mines and more smoked fish for the shipping bin. Day 61, I tried to make it to the bottom of the mines and failed. I don't even remember what else I did because of the bump on my head. Day 62 was a better mining day though. I actually made some headway and got deeper in. I picked up a few neat items and a star drop along the way. The fairy stopped by to look at my beautiful crops in the night and I leveled up to level 6 in combat and slept well. On day 63, I woke up and my house upgrade was completed. Time to really try to win Abigail's heart. After caring for the crops and animals, I went off to do just that. I chatted with her and her mother while they were hiding away from everyone else. Then I gave her an amethyst. After that, I took off for the mines, finally reaching the bottom and getting a skull key. Day 46. It's blackberry season. Linus asked me to help locate his basket. I know exactly where he left it. I dropped off the last thing for the animal bundle in the community center. Marnie had a request for some amaranth that I was able to finally fill, which also gave me enough relationship with her to go into her bedroom and locate a pair of missing shorts. I hadn't decided yet what I wanted to do with these shorts, only that I don't want to give them to Mayor Lewis right away. I like to stir the pot and cause a little bit of trouble. I swung by where I had seen Linus's basket, delivered it to him so he didn't miss a picking day, and then I realized I needed pigs as soon as possible so they can dig up truffles before winter. So I chopped wood and collected blackberries for the rest of the day, preparing for the next barn upgrade. That night, I gained a foraging level and made a decent amount of money on my cheese and mayo sales. Day 65, I was able to gather up enough resources for the next barn upgrade, but I was short on the money I needed. I saw the mayor in town and went to talk to him, not knowing that talking to him with the shorts in my backpack meant he would take them from me. This bummed me out a bit, but did you know that you can now gather an infinite amount of shorts? We'll get to that soon. I spent the remainder of my day collecting blackberries and wood, and I managed to reach level 9 in farming today. Day 66 was a rainy day, and I was finally able to catch the red snapper I was looking for, finishing the ocean bundle. I had forgotten that some fish prefer certain weather types. I mined for more coal to cook fish on this day. I need more cash for the barn upgrade and the axe upgrade that I need to get soon. On day 67, I contracted Robin for the barn, wrote down that I needed to upgrade the axe next, but nothing else that I did that day. It must have been an uneventful day. Day 68, I dropped off a pumpkin to finish the fall crop bundle, then scrounged around and came up with enough money to drop my axe off at Clint's place. I'm cooking now. I'm smoking fish, that is. I also picked up the last river fish needed for the community center bundle today. It's day 69, and I need more wood. I need wood to upgrade the coop, come on. But without my axe, I decided to sell off what I could and buy my first pig instead. Then I was back into the mines for the coal I'm so desperate for all the time. This did get me to level 7 in mining, so that's useful. Day 70 was a rainy day, and my axe was ready to be picked up. I thought I would check out the secret grove now that my axe was sharp, hoping to grab the wood skip in there. I completely forgot that I should have been fishing for the walleye today since it was rainy. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Day 71 was a lucky day, so I loaded up my pockets with lots of rocks and went to visit Clint. I was able to drop quite a few new things off at the museum before I went to gather wood for my coop. I did plant down some more trees on my ranch today so that I had more there that I could eventually cut down. On day 72, there was a fair in town. I dominated the games for no reason other than I'm the best person in this town. I made sure to visit the fortune teller, and she told me she could see me and Abigail lying in the meadow together. It's a great sign. I continued playing games until I had enough star tokens to get the star drop from the prize stand. Mayor Lewis picked me for first prize for my fish stand. My fish beat out even Willie's. After the fair, I thought I would run and empty my crab pots, and on my way, I ran into Abigail practicing her sword work in the graveyard. Of course, her dad had to interrupt my chance at any hot romance. Day 73, I finished the crop bundles on this day. Now I need to get an apple sapling planted in my greenhouse and hopefully get an apple in time for the bulletin board bundle. I also gathered enough wood for the coop upgrade, and Robin was ready to get it started for me. I ended my night setting up an automatic crab pot operation. While I slept, the Junimos visited and cleaned up my greenhouse for me. On day 74, I planted the apple tree, cabbage seed, and coffee beans in the greenhouse. I'm worried about the apple tree and it not being ready in time. I admittedly don't know how much time it takes for fruit trees to grow in the game. The large order board is up and running now. I decided to swing by and take up a fishing request from Demetrius because I'm some kind of masochist. So off to the lake for fishing I went. Day 75, I picked up a pomegranate sapling and planted it, and then took an amethyst to my girl, Abigail. I spent extra time socializing with everyone in the saloon today because I've really been ignoring friendships in this playthrough. The coop is now ready for bunnies, so I need to figure out how I will pay for one of those as soon as I can. Day 76, I got the chores done, then I headed off to buy myself a bunny. When I got there, I found I didn't have enough money for one like I thought. I went fishing and coal gathering to smoke more fish for more money, and once again, I was screaming at myself. I need a better coal source. In the night, there's a lot of wind and loud noises. A rainy day 77 makes for easier chores. When I went south of my farm, I noticed a fallen tree from the storms in the night before. I spent the rest of the day coal mining. Yay. I almost forgot to water the greenhouse things because of the rain. Day 78, Granny stopped by with a garden pot. Then Jody stopped by to invite me for dinner. A dinner that I have to provide the entree for. Jody isn't all that great at making dinner invitations. Finally, all the people got off my property and I could actually start my work for the day. I sold a bunch of things so I could finish the vault bundle. This will open up the bus and desert for me to enjoy tomorrow. Today, though, I need to find a largemouth bass and be Jody's sugar mama. On my way to dinner, I stopped by the tree to fix it into this cute looking home. Then I played house with Jody and gave Sam a real daddy to look up to. The Junimos restored the bus line and Pam's job on this night in fall. I also leveled up to level 10 in farming, and I picked Shepherd in the hopes that it might help me move the pig along a little faster before winter arrives. On day 79, I decided I needed to go to Marnie's after finishing my chores. I did find a truffle today, so that is taken care of. On my way to Marnie's, I found a raccoon hanging out around the new tree home that I had built. He asked me for some fish, and I agreed to keep an eye out. Marnie, of course, was not open, and I could not buy the bunny I needed. I took a mad dash for the bus stop and decided to fish for the desert fish today. I only need to find the walleye now, praying for more rainy days soon. Day 80, I took a gift over to George for his birthday. After that, though, I didn't know what to do with myself, so I took on a job for bug meat and headed into the mines. I am really not sure how easy it'll be for me to get 100 pieces in 5 days, especially when I only managed to get 6 on this very first day. Killing all those bugs did get me to level 7 combat, though. On day 81, Abigail agreed to be my girlfriend. After giving her the flowers, I thought I would celebrate by going into the mines. I focused in on levels 20 through 30, where the grubby looking bugs are, and actually came out with a decent amount of bug meat for day 2. On day 82, I was back into the mines for that sweet, sweet bug meat. I have 80 pieces in my pocket now, so hopefully tomorrow I can finish the order. I also found my first prism gem today. On day 83, I had a bad luck day. I stopped by Robin's on my way to the mines, purchased another shed, and then went to try and gather the rest of the meat. I came up short, so I'll have to hit the mines one more time tomorrow to fill the order in time. Today is also Spirit's Eve. I didn't want to hang out, I was tired, so I ran in, grabbed the golden pumpkin, bought a rare crow, and got out of town. On this day, I realized I could put clothes in the dresser. When I tried to place the pumpkin on it, I quickly moved my wardrobe into the house before heading to bed. On day 84, I nearly forgot that I needed to finish the bug meat job. I ran around all morning doing other things, and had to sprint for the mines and the last 8 pieces of meat in the late afternoon. I luckily dropped them off before it was too dark to Willie's bin outside of his shop, and I spent the rest of the day trying to hand out gifts and up my friendship with the locals before heading for my warm bed. Day 85, I realized in all of my crazy running around that I forgot yesterday was the last day of fall. I didn't find the walleye that I needed. I also wasn't able to pick up the seashell thing to marry Abigail. I felt defeated for a moment, but remembered there is a rain totem in the game. I needed to figure out how to get a rain totem and fast. You get a rain totem recipe at level 9 of foraging, so I needed to focus hard on upping my foraging level if I was going to make all of my goals happen before the year was over. I chopped wood a lot today and moved my buildings around a bit on the ranch. I even managed to pick up a snow yam outside of the community center and finish the foraging bundle as well as all the craft room bundles. In the night, the Junimos opened up the quarry for me, giving me a better access to more coal. However, I didn't actually get that cutscene, so you'll just have to take my word for it. I will say I am worried about finishing the remaining bundles. I just don't know if I can make it happen in time. On day 86, I saw a shadowy figure in the snow on the way to town. I gave chase, and I ran the creature down. He gave me a magnifying glass, but I'm not really sure what I should be doing with that. I thought I would spend the rest of the day in the skull cavern, because I would like more iridium, but I went in and came out empty-handed. Linus's birthday is on day 87. I found him some cactus because it's one of his favorite things and took that to him. I then went over to the quarry to clear the trees and coal and decided to dive into the quarry cave since I was there. That place is the literal embodiment of hell on earth, but I managed to snag the golden scythe and get out of there with the last shreds of my life. On my way home, Linus stopped me to show me his favorite fish bait recipe. It was a weird experience. Day 88 was spent foraging to up my level. I did stop by Clint's to upgrade my watering can since all my crops have sprinklers now. I found a book I wanted to give Abigail, saw some disturbing gelatinous mass on the beach, and met a bear in the woods. By the end of the day, I had run around enough that I leveled up to foraging 9 and got the recipe I needed to make the rain totem. Day 89, I realized I needed truffle oil for the rain totem, and I sold all of mine. Ouch. Luckily, the traveling cart was in town and had some, so I bought one. I used the rain totem on this day, so that means tomorrow will be a rainy day. I tried to do a lot of things today. Get another barn, mine the missing stone I needed, and I ended up missing Robin at her counter. Then I tried to see Abigail after 9 o'clock at her house, but all of those plans failed, so it wasn't an uneventful day. A bit of mining did get me to level 8 though, and now I can craft a mega bomb. That sounds like something maybe I shouldn't have access to. On day 90, I decided to up my fishing pole to iridium. I'm honestly not sure why I waited this long to do it. Today was my walleye day. I stopped by Robin's to get the new barn built and then headed for Willie's shop. I fished and didn't even realize I somehow caught 3 and had them in my pocket until I paid attention to the fish names on the 4th catch. I finished up the fishing bundle and then snapped a cute picture with a Junimo. I did check with the mariner on the beach, but Abigail and I aren't close enough to buy the seashell thing yet from him. I'm a little bummed that I might not get to be with her before the year is up. I plan on spending the rest of winter upgrading my tools and maybe buying another silo. I did manage to gather the fish the raccoon had asked for, so I dropped that off before heading to bed. While I slept, the Junimos cleared the blockage in the waterways near the mines. Day 91 was another lucky day, so I took all of my geodes and boxes over to Clint's place. I picked up my watering can and got to breaking things open with him. I broke open all the things, donating some to the museum and selling others. When I was done, I left my axe in Clint's care to get a silver axe. After that, I cleared the quarry some more for a mining experience. I'm actually fairly surprised my mining level is so low since I feel like I'm always in the mines. On day 92, I woke up bright and early, completed my chores, and headed off to the desert, only to realize the ice festival was today, so I had to go there instead. I, of course, won the ice fishing contest, no foul play here. This day was kind of wasted. Day 93, I ran for the skull cavern as fast as I could, only to promptly pass out inside. I'm not cut out for this life. I went home bruised and humbled. I don't think iridium is in my near future. Day 94, I contemplated the meaning of life. I don't know what to do with myself. I decided to beat back my existential dread and seek therapy by buying more animals. A pig, to be exact. I wandered the earth and picked up forageables for the rest of the day. On day 95, Gunther met me at the front door and gave me a key to the sewers. I was excited to be exploring a new area. I went straight there and met Krobus, and realized there wasn't any exploring to be done for me at all. I took my girl a rock instead. We're so close to marriage material now, I could use another rain totem with truffle oil that I had purchased one day from the traveling trader. Sebastian has decided to start giving me a chance. It's really too late for that now though. Day 96, I was able to make that rain totem. I gifted Abigail another gift, reaching the level I need for the mariner to sell his trinket to me. So I activated the totem for rain tomorrow. I spent the day at Squidfest and took home all the prizes so no one else could experience joy on this day. On this rainy day, 97, I proposed to Abigail, and she said yes. I went by the raccoon's house, and he also had found a wife. She's selling seeds while he's still requesting more food. On day 98, I ordered another silo and then headed into the mines to restock my coal. On day 99, I dropped off my hoe. You know, you can't keep those around when you're getting married. Then I went to work beautifying my ranch. For my bachelorette party, I went to the night market on the docks. Day 100 was a momentous occasion, my wedding day to Abigail. This was a great way to celebrate the 100th day. Glad I planned it that way. After my wedding, it was back to business though. I went to Robin's and ordered another silo because in year 2, we are ranching, baby. I stopped by Leah's house for the first time and got a weird dialogue I don't remember ever having before. I left because I'm a married woman now. When it was time, I went to the night market and picked up a pretty painting while I was there. I ended my day tucked in close to the best woman in the world. On day 101, I completed my chores, visited the wizard a bit, dropped off some iron for Clint, and picked up my hoe. I left Clint my watering can and went by the night market, but no luck on my remaining bundle items. On day 102, an apple grew in. Too bad I need 3 for the bundle. I think I want to rearrange my buildings tomorrow. I want to create a bigger pen area for the animals and expand the ranch a bit. My crop farming area will stay pretty small. I bought a void egg from Krobus today. I want a void chicken and void mayo. I also met a dwarf on this day, but I couldn't understand him. On day 103, I dropped off my trash can for Clint to upgrade because I'm bougie and my garbage can deserves to be golden. I picked up a pomegranate for the bundle, and then I rearranged my buildings a bit and started laying out where I want my fields in year 2. My day 104 was spent ordering another coop, dropping off the apples I harvested, and then going into the mines. I was hoping to dig up the dwarf scroll, but I don't have the luck I need for that. On day 105, I picked up the new garbage can from Clint. Unfinished my chores so that I can try my hand at the Skull Caverns. I did fail though, and left in a hurry. After all that, I swung by the saloon to see if I could buy a fried egg, but I wasn't lucky enough. I went home and to bed. I then Googled the fried egg in Stardew Valley, only to find it's the one recipe we know how to make at the very beginning of the game. I could have made this plate for the bundle at any time. So on day 106, I fried an egg. I'm only missing the rabbit's foot now, and I need a lucky day. I went back to the Skull Cavern and finally made it to level 25, and that was it for my day. On day 107, it was a lucky day. I like lucky days because it means I can take my rock collection to Clint for him to smash into prettier rocks. I also noted down upgrading tools, but not which ones, so I may or may not have put a tool in for him to spruce up. On day 108, I got my chores done bright and early. After that, I decided it was time for sheep and to work on beautification. I bought 2 sheep from Marnie and then headed home for more ranching. I want to get a mill soon, and I think one whole barn filled with pigs for major stonks. Day 109 was a day of winter festival, but before I could run off to the town center, I got my chores done. I found in one of my coops a dinosaur had hatched. This will significantly upgrade my mayo production. I went to put the void egg in the incubator next, but couldn't find the one I had bought. I must have accidentally sold it one day, or fried it. I'm a little bummed because I want a void chicken and void mayo. When my chores are done, I headed into town with my diamond for my man George. While I was hanging out, Gus approached me with a blackberry cobbler. That's a perfect gift in my opinion, so I went home a happy girl. Day 110, I woke up to find a rabbit's foot in the coop. I sprinted for the community center and completed the last bundle. The community center is now done before the end of year 1. I took Clint to gym for his birthday. I'm sure he gets forgotten a lot with it being so close to Winter Festival. I also had a lucky day, so I took the mystery boxes to Clint for opening, picked up my gold pan, and put my garbage can in for an upgrade. Then I went home and panhandled, sifting up 10 iridium ore. I can now make a few more sprinklers and prep for the coming spring. On day 111, everyone congregated in the community center to celebrate its reopening. I was witness to a violent fight, but I will turn a blind eye since it means I don't have to hear my father-in-law bitch about Jojamart anymore. On this day, I decided to see if I could figure out the way into the mayor's basement and the endless supply of shorts. I had read you could put stairs down in the mayor's room and that would get you to where you needed to be. When I got there, I was attacked by some haunted shorts, but I managed to steal a pair for myself and get out. I spent the rest of the day going into houses and getting new cutscenes since my friendship levels had increased with the community center finished. I did take a moment to hem the mayor's shorts to fit me and went to visit Marnie and Mayor Lewis to see what they thought of my fashion statement. On the last day of year 1, everyone sent me a ton of recipes. Also, Willie asked me to stop by after my morning chores. I picked up my garbage can and headed to Willie's. He needed a lot of hardwood, so I raced to the secret woods to gather what I could for today. I spent the evening cozy with my wife, discussing what the next year would bring for us. We decided year 2 would be a year of improvement. I will reach level 10 in all my skills, cook all of the recipes, find all of the star drops, and finally upgrade the house. With her help, of course. And thus ends my 112 days, or the first year of Stardew Valley in the 1.6 update.